Good morning, students. How are you, everyone? I hope you all are fine and stay at home. Students, now I request to all of you that you can take care of yourself and your family members and don't go outside. Now, students, I welcome you again in the grade 7, and today now we are starting our new chapter of a geography. The name of the chapter is a environment. Now here first of all I can discuss with you the introduction part of an environment. Students, the surroundings and conditions in which we live, it consists of an environment. Basically the word environment means the area or a surroundings in which we live. Now let's start with our introduction part. Basically, environment includes whatever we see in our surroundings that makes the environment. For example, chair, river, school, books, etc. All these things are included in the environment. Now here the word comes that where we can get the word environment. Basically the word environment we get from a French word which means environment. Here environment means the neighborhood. Students, on 5th June every year we are celebrated as a World Environment Day. So here our question arises that the how the nature is affected by the action of a organism or which part of it. Basically the answer is that when we cut the trees down in a large number and the fuel is burned, the carbon dioxide is released in the air and it causes the imbalance of gases and which is very harmful for our health. So here is the meaning of a environment. Environment is the place, people, things and nature that is surrounded by a living organisms or a living things. So it is our basic life that we can take care of our environment. Why? Because environment provides us air, water, land, etc. So this slide shows you the that what are the things basically included in the environment. It includes sunlight, air, water, plants, oceans, etc. So this is the basic meaning of environment, which tells that it is a combination of a natural and the human resources. Here our next question arises that what are the classifications of a environment. Here are the two classifications of the environment. One is the natural environment and second one is the man-made environment. Now here we can discuss our first classification, that is the our natural environment. Our natural environment consists of the air, water, living things, etc. So the basic meaning of natural environment means which consists of those things that are created by the nature. These included in the natural environment things. Like in this slide it shows the examples of a natural environment means land, water, etc. So this slide also shows that what are the things included in the natural environment. Like plants are natural environments, water, oceans, all these things are included in the natural environment. Here is our second component. Our second component is the man-made resources. So the resources which are included, all the things that was made by the man is included in the man-made things. For example, buildings, parks, bridges, etc. All these things are included in the man-made things. Basically the meaning of man-made environment means all those things which are taken by men like bridges, schools, colony, etc. are included in the man-made things. Now this is the example of a man-made thing. This is the building of your school. So your school was also constructed by a man or a human being, so that's why it is the example of a man-made thing. So here is the question arises that what is the natural environment and a human environment? First of all, the natural environment. It refers to the both environment which includes biotic and a non-biotic, means plants, animals, etc. Second one is the human environment. It refers to the creation of a things that was created by a human being, like example of your school, all was included in the human environment. So students, this slide shows you a components of environment. Basically it includes natural, human and man-made. First of all, we can discuss that natural environment, which consists of the lithosphere, air, water, etc. Second one is the human made, means those things that was made by a human beings was included in the human made things. Third one is the human environment, which includes the family members, individuals, communities, etc. Students, who live in a society. Here a society consists of the different types of peoples or groups. Here every individual is a different way of celebrating his or own her festivals. So all these religions, values, family, etc. is included in the human environment. Now next one is the threats to environment, means what are the problems that occurs in the environment. First one is the meaning. Here it means anything that can disturb our natural environment are the example or which helps in the threats to environment. For example, man-made things which causes a very harm in the environment and causes lots of a pollution in the environment. Here our next topic is that what are the components of environment. In the last slide we was discussed that meaning of environment, its classification on the basis of human and the natural, and here is our next topic is the components of environment. Basically there are two components of environment. Living things includes in the biotic and non-living things include in the abiotic. So there are two components of environment. Biotic components includes living things like plants, animals, trees, etc. And the second one is the abiotic. Now students, come to our second component, that is the abiotic, which consists of a non-living things which includes air, water, soil, etc. Students, this is the more examples of a biotic and a non-biotic environment. Now our next slide is that you can give the answers of the two questions. Now my first question is that a dash factor is a living component of an ecosystem. The answer is the biotic. And second one is a factor which includes a component of a non-living things. Answer is the abiotic. Why? Because biotic contains living components and an abiotic contains non-living components. Students, this is the another slides that you can do it yourself. That it means that this picture shows which component, biotic or an unbiotic. Second one is this. So you have to do it yourself. Now students, this is the activity for you, that you have to choose that what are the biotic components or a abiotic components from these words. So here is the solution of biotic and abiotic components. So students, in the end I want to conclude that do this chapter carefully and read this chapter thoroughly from the book. Thank you. Have a nice day.